Hello and welcome to Watch Out for Fireballs, or rather, watch out for Fireballs, our Let's Play channel. A special request of John Dotson, the guy who runs Cheerful Ghost. I am doing the beginning of Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. I'm certainly not going past the Innsmouth Inescape, because I've played this game as recently as a year ago, and it doesn't have tons of replayability. I love this game, though. He runs a site called Cheerful Ghost, and if you go over there, I've been doing these kind of write-ups of all of our episodes in order, just kind of intermittently. And I did this, the one for our third episode, which, if you recall, is about Call of Cthulhu. And he requested this, so I figured, what a way to celebrate Halloween. I am taking it upon myself to celebrate Halloween for the DuckFeed.tv network. Because I love this. It's my favorite holiday. H.P. Lovecraft, favorite horror author. So let's get to it. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Difficulty, we are choosing Boy Scout. Because this game is about the story. It is not about difficulty. So I'm going to shut up during the actual cutscene portions of this. So you guys can watch and check it out. One thing to note, there's some kind of graphical glitch. Those awesome teardrops or raindrops on the screen.
My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless.
Cheery stuff.
I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby. The song was just written for this game, I believe. There's the, what TV tropes would call the apocalyptic log. Well, I guess that's not true. That's not exactly what that is, but there's your prologue. You know, take a minute to unpack everything that's awesome about that. One, pairing of horror with old 40s ragtime style music. Two, bleaker than fucking wet black velvet. It's like the scary, the darkest thing. It opens up with your character saying there's meaningless. He is killing himself. That just begs the question, what is causing that? And thus we flash back 6 years to start kind of unpacking what has made Jack want to murder himself with a rope. So we are in Arkham, that is in Massachusetts. H.P. Lovecraft's fictional town, full of awesome stuff. Again, I apologize for the pyramid raindrops. There's some kind of weirdness with my graphics. This game is not optimized to run on modern computers. It does okay.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any. Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Eh, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
So call backup, idiots. Alright, here I am. Controlling my mouse sensitivity is insane. Let me adjust that real quick. I apologize for making you guys watch this. That seems a little bit better. Alright, so I'm a detective. I've been called to check out this. That still seems a little high. Okay, sorry. This is really unprofessional. Let's playing. But the menu is different than when I'm actually in the game. How can I be expected to understand that? Not. There we go. This is more. So I've been called. I'm a detective. I've been called to help these police check out this cult. Yeah, I've got an okay jump going on. But I don't move very fast, and the shift button, which traditionally runs, actually puts me in a sneak mode. You'll also note, no weapon.
Something must be wrong. I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy. Wide open here. It's okay. I've got you covered. I don't like this. Something's not right.
No, it's not.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
So, yelling they want Walters.
Stay calm.
But somebody opens fire. And I have to get over there. Notice I have the subtitles on. I do that partially for your benefit because I know the volume is low. So, might not go in here unarmed. Seems like an idea. So note that there's no HUD. Of course, that's going to help with immersion. A little bit choppy here on my frame rate, but it's okay. Not too bad. No HUD. What's going on with these pictures?
A depiction of some alien creature.
Mm-hmm.
That's an unusual design.
Yes, it is.
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
So there's a lot to unpack there. The narcotic fragments are portions of the narcotic manuscript. So we got some tentacles. Got the big guy there. The narcotic manuscript, which is from Nakatis. It is a eldritch place of some kind. The Yithians. Oh.
Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
I'll talk about that symbol in a minute. When we run into one of the full versions, I'll talk about it. So, let's save here. So the Yithians are a race created by H.P. Lovecraft, also known as the Great Race, and they are called the Great Race because they are the only race known to have mastered time travel. However, the way they do it is by jumping into people. They do not travel as themselves. So we don't actually know what the Great Race looks like. They just jump into a specific alien or different alien species.
At last!
They seem to recognize me. I don't get it.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Walker.
Yep.
Damn, he recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint.
We just want people to get on the level. Now, he's got all these tattoos carved into him, but he has a key.
A key. Could come in handy.
Keep it. Look how it just plays like an adventure game. Like, I'm not shooting, I'm not fighting anything. Just adventuring. Now, this looks like a fun, happy place. What's happening here?
By the looks of it.
So, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my heart is beating audibly. And
He's dead.
you guys can see my
All
vision
dead.
is getting blurry. This is a sanity effect in this game. There is sanity. As you continue to look at terrible things, you get uncomforted.
Nothing of interest.
That's of interest.
Nope, nothing of interest.
Oh. I said it was of interest. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of book
I can't open it.
that I can pick up around here.
Poison appears to have been on the menu.
Yeah, we talked about this during the episode, but there's this weird disconnect between like this horrific stuff and his effects, and then like how like noir he is. Poison's on the menu, boys.
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide.
It's unfortunate, actually.
These
It's
nuts had some serious issues.
one of two like major flaws in this game. Anywho, you know, I'm not shooting, I'm not fighting. Adventure game. That's excellent. Oh, there's a key in there. Okay. Yithians, great race have mastered time travel. He also talked about the Elder Things. What are the Elder Things? Well, if you've read At the Mountains of Madness, that's what those are. And it's strongly implied in there that the entire human race is just a big fuck up. Like, you know how when the Captain Crunch is making his
He's dead.
his Crunch,
Oh,
Captain Crunch
dead.
cereal,
I can't open
and then every once in a while it's like, oops, all berries. That actually happens here, where the Elder Things attempted to, you know, create a better race
Old wardrobe.
and kind of oops all berries and made the human race. So that is the entire reason we exist. Keep that in mind.
It's locked.
So I know there's a... Here we go.
It's unlocked.
So that's the kind of stuff from the Lovecraft in there. I'm playing kind of at a weird pace to just... I wanted to kind of talk about some of the Lovecraft stuff in here. And we'll just stare at, like, probably Azathoth or Yog-Sothoth. Try not to stare directly at it. So I'm going to try to just kind of unpack some of the Lovecraft stuff that happens in there. So just to recap, cult, and they worship Yith. And what's all this then?
I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I gotta think.
I like the idea of Jack just sending them all his headshots. There's another key here.
Key. This should fit the door across the hall.
But here's a nice touch that you can miss really easily. This is your schedule. You know, Jack out by 8, in bed by 10. It's a long work day, 14-hour work day for Jack. But yeah, imagine running into this. This is super creepy. So I've got another key.
It's unlocked.
I can go in here, in the library. Now, there's a real Call of Cthulhu. Thousands of dollars of priceless tomes in here, and just so much Cthulhu mythos.
Study area.
No.
It appears to be a
No.
private study.
There you go. Pick up the thing. I'm not going to read the
Holds an ancient
manuscripts until I actually need to, I don't think.
Seem to be written in classical Greek.
Doesn't the book look like I should pull it and get a secret passage? I don't, but... So you can hear this moan, or I don't know if you can hear it, but there's kind of a moaning. And you look over at that end, and it's kind of an optical illusion here. Because
There are
really...
definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Because this wall has been destroyed, and you can pop down a little secret area. Screaming is louder.
That sound
Now, one point of order.
good. Well, that's just...
I could climb this, and I'm pretty out of shape. This guy's a detective. He should be able to get up there. That's okay, there'll be no game. Good. Again, I apologize for the choppiness. I don't know why that's going on. Alright. So, only, like, if you see an anatomy chart anywhere other than a doctor's office, run. Like, nobody studies anatomy.
Dead bodies.
Except for monsters.
Plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here.
Mm-hmm. Look at the bugs on him. The roaches here. Nice detail. They've got huge vats of ketchup and mustard. And what's all this then?
Good God! What the hell is all this?
This guy is being kept alive. His little ribbies sticking out. His head's been split open. And if you look, he's got these tubes that lead.
Looks like his brain.
These different
I wonder
organs.
what those wires are for.
Now,
This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines.
this is never explained why they're doing
Looks like
this,
his kidneys.
but
They're moving around in all that liquid.
I don't think kidneys actually just like gulp around like that. Yithians don't. They're aliens. They do not think like us, and that is a big H.P. Lovecraft thing. Where if you're going to have an alien species, you need to make them alien. Like the point is, we don't
Looks like his
understand.
stomach.
You know, there's no
The contraption above seems
you know,
to be
they're not
controlling his breathing.
cloning a human or anything like
His
that.
beating heart.
They're just doing this terrible thing to this man. Now, I don't, you know, because I played this game, you can go forward and realize you need this crystal, but I know it now. Too hot, though.
Hot to pick up.
I think it just needs to be turned off. I can't read these symbols. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Oh shit!
Depowers the device that's keeping this man alive. You'll notice his heartbeat's no longer. His kidneys are no longer moving around.
His kidneys have stopped moving.
See? Look at the top of his skull, where it's been like just split open like that. Super gross, but it does mean I can have
At least he's out of his misery.
this crystal.
The
Always look on the
crystal's
bright side,
still
Jack.
warm.
At least he's out of his misery. And with that, I continue deeper into this fortress of fucking terror. Partly
This tunnel
because,
feels like it's gonna collapse.
you
at
know,
any
it's a
moment.
video game and you have to move forward, but also they actually diegetically explain why he could possibly be compelled to do this. Actually, no, that's not true. I apologize. Because that explanation actually comes for later events. So, something's wrong. This pit here, as you get closer to it, you hear wet, crawling around sounds. Nothing ever comes out of this pit. That's an important detail to me. It just sounds creepy. Resident Evil does that sometimes really well, where like something in the background. In Resident Evil 5, there's a part where you walk past some villagers, and they're beating a sack, and the sack is too small to have a human in it, but something inside is moving. You never find out what it is. Fear of the unknown. We all know that's the best and oldest and strongest kind of fear from the Lovecraft essay, supernatural horror in literature. So yeah, I like stuff like that. So let's try
Looks like something's been removed from it.
sticking our let's try sticking our little our alien dildo into that. Okay, we know that powers things up from before. You think you're going to solve a bunch of puzzles based on stuff like this, but not really. Again, alien writing, different from before. I don't know what it means. Let's end the prologue here. Locked in, locked and loaded. So what is that? The footstep sound they make here is one of my favorite things. This kind of irregular clacking noise. The stilted way that they move. Now, Yithians are not actively malevolent. It's one of like two Lovecraft things that are not. But that does not mean that they are good. So they, yes. So it's a little confusing. We jumped around time a lot, like kind of nested
It's been more than
flashbacks.
6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston.
This is pre-suicide, but post, 6 years
But to
after
me,
that incident with the
It was
Yithians.
just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it. Probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze.
Mm-hmm.
They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed.
A nice little Easter egg right here. So all these books are famous Lovecraft mythological tomes. In the back you can see the Necronomicon, but they don't spell out the entire thing,
deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends,
which I like.
often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I'm beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you
It
get
kind of
my
begs the
package?
question what kind of job he takes. He
Hold
has a
on.
private eye. He pays in advance. That's unusual.
What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Brian Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
So more or less, I have agreed to take the job. I learned that the First National Grocery was burglarized and the Burnham lad has gone missing. He is a suspect, but it's weird because they broke in and he has keys, so why would he break in? Clues are afoot. I learned about Innsmouth. It's a crumbling seaport. The people there are shunning outsiders. It's very insular. People do not like them. They are mixed blood, so the stories go. There's some kind of prejudice against these hillbillies. My client went to Innsmouth, was disturbed, so he sends me. I take a bus. It feels good to have a purpose. I also feel apprehensive. Well, no fucking shit. Innsmouth is one of my all-time favorite fictional locations, and I won't get it quite into what the Innsmouth twist is and what Innsmouth is about, but you find out soon enough in the game. This is the beginning of the Shadow over Innsmouth. That text right there is my favorite H.P. Lovecraft novel. It's the first one that really, really hooked me. I mean, I like At the Mountains of Madness and Shadow of Time. This one hooked, and Call of Cthulhu. This one hooked me very, very quickly.
Driver, how far to the stop?
Almost there. I'll drop you at the town square at Innsmouth.
That guy's got a name.
Gates.
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. You don't want no folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. What does that mean? Something good, I bet. Their statue there is not being maintained. Never a good sign. Gigantic decapitated statue.
This is it, stranger.
In the middle of the town. Okay, so I'm getting off. I'm going to investigate the town. It's the first half of the game that's much stronger than the second half, where it is entirely an adventure game. So let's go adventuring. I am investigating the Burnham lad. Now,
Could you direct me to the First National Grocery Store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
everyone's being a little cagey. Wonder what that's about.
Chit-chatting to him's gonna get me no place fast. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
What is going on with you, buddy?
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary War.
Now, this is naive on my part. I kind of believe that there are places really like this. Like, they're not, not obviously full of evil, but these just, insular, oftentimes probably southern, I know that's probably reveals a prejudice of mine, towns where they're just, so hostile to outsiders and are, of some, this, insular breeding.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Please, stop bothering me, stranger.
Evening, Constable.
Personally, I'm busy. No time for stalkers, strangers.
I'm Detective Jack Walters. I've been hired by the regional manager of the First National.
And I'm Constable Burke, and I'm the law around these parts, and I'm still not talking to you. Now get lost.
Nobody in Innsmouth, despite the fact they've made this terrible,
That fellow was just stringing me along with a lot of nothing about nothing.
nothing about nothing. I guess, I would just say they made a pact with fishmen to interbreed with them and turn into half-human hybrids. Spoiler. They're not happy. They don't want me here, but they don't want anything. It's just this weird, they've made their trade for one reason or another. And, it's definitely a Faustian bargain. It gets into the reasons why they made that trade. I've never seen this before anytime I played this game. Oh, that's awesome. Why didn't they... Oh, there's my sanity effect. That's awesome. I don't know why that caught me out of the corner of my eye, though. Probably because I was distracted by chatting as opposed to just trying to play.
Evening. The name's Jack Walters. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss...
Miss will do for now. Welcome to Innsmouth, Mr. Walters.
Thanks, I think.
Take my advice. Do what you must and then leave. Tonight. This port does not cater well to visitors.
While I appreciate your concern, miss, I can handle lousy hospitality.
Very well, Mr. Walters.
She's right, Walters. I don't know if it actually has come across.
This doll seems more open than some folks around these parts, but she isn't going to talk to me right now.
I don't know if it's come across during Watch Out for Fireballs, but I'm a huge pussy. I get scared very easily, and if this happened in real life, I went to this town and everyone was acting like that and someone told me to leave, I would leave. No question about it. You know, I just, you know, it's kind of fun to be, there's this guy digging through the trash here, to be like that, I think. It kind of, you know, makes everything a little bit more exciting.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Just leave me be, stranger.
I kind of like being a total scaredy cat as far as shit like that. Yeah, so that would scare the piss out of me. One way to stop being scared is jumping everywhere. And I actually do use that in video games that allow me to jump. I used it extensively in Penumbra. I think that they take away your ability to jump in Amnesia. Alright, so I need to get in this grocery store. Let's introduce some stealth elements here. I'm sticking in the shadows, switching to stealth mode. There's no peeking around the corner. There is no, you know, seeing through walls ability like in Dishonored or Deus Ex. It's old school stealth. Well,
You can't come down here.
that didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. I was thinking he would turn back before then, but luckily the game does not
clearly don't want me
kill you
snooping around.
instantly,
I need to be more careful.
like happens later. When you sneak, you move so fucking slow in this game, though. So it's like hard to want to do that. I just saw him leave, though. I should have enough. Yeah. And you don't make very much noise when crouching. They probably could have just made one be the effect, like just crouching takes care of it, but sneaking also makes you a little invisible if you're in darkness, I think. Holding your breath there. I would have liked a little mechanic that made it like hard to hold your breath, you know, for too long. I think that would have been pretty rad. But this game is not a stealth game. This is not like Thief or Deus Ex or Dishonored. There are a couple stealth elements, but it's not possible to sneak through the entire game. And it just kind of uses it, but does not use it too much. Cole said he mentioned something about like kind of wishing that it was all stealth. I don't think, or not all stealth, but that it was more stealth and less... you know, the action scenes that come later that everyone more or less agrees are worthless. So this, did I see anything down there? Not yet. So let me save my game, which I'm going to do. I also recommend doing a quick save mod. There's a quick save mod if you play this game. Again, you're playing this for the story. The Innsmouth Courier.
The door's bolted shut.
I will get out if you go there later.
Nothing of interest.
So I wasn't actually supposed to go back this way just yet, but it's okay. Give me a chance to save. And I don't think I go over there. I think I had to go continue along this, the path the cop is taking.
It won't budge.
Yeah. So I have played this before, but forgive me, my memory is not always the best. See if I can see which way the cop's coming from. That was close. But I should have a long time to get back. That's where I need to go. See ya, sucker. I've snuck into the grocery store.
It's unlocked.
And this is a mechanic in the game. Those scrape marks mean that I can push something in front of the door. Essentially, every single time you see that, do it.
These shelves look light enough to push.
Because that you are going to want to stop things from pursuing you in this game. That was very choppy, but...
Assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest.
There's a med kit. So it's, you know, at first kind of concession to FPS-ness. this game.
The till's empty. There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
I got the rum, I got the handle. Again, very adventure gamey.
A typewriter.
Save my
Invoices
progress.
and receipts.
Typewriter.
Nothing of interest.
Uh-oh. Cop's trying to get in. Don't like that.
It looks like I need some sort of lifting handle to get it open.
I don't know if you guys can hear that begging. It's very tense. So I use this lifting handle. He just said that like that's an actual like phrase that people use. But he's trying to get in. And uncontrollable ladder breaks. Now, ordinarily a cop should probably help you up, right? That's the kind of thing that happens in real life.
Whoever's down there, you can rock.
Ugh. So the whole like hostile village thing, like Resident Evil 4, like that's, you know, Resident Evil 4 is at its best before you get to the castle and start, it kind of becomes more traditional. Like all the village stuff is so good. Same thing with Resident Evil 5 too. Now that I think about it,
Nothing of interest.
I just cut off some dialogue. I didn't mean to.
I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
This is some weak brickwork, and I can kind of. It's very choppy, but that's kind of it doesn't seem like something that would happen, but it's okay. I'll forgive it. Uh-oh. Let me through. What's in here?
The cellar's filled with human remains.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are some issues of the Innsmouth Courier lying here, and they're dated 1846. Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition.
So this is when this was actually a regular town, presumably. This is a weird thing this game does. Watch out for ammo pickups. You don't get a gun forever in this game, and when you do is when it takes a sharp decline in quality. But still you want to be collecting ammo because, as we talked about in the episode, respawning bad guys, not respawning ammo. Here's another mechanic they introduce, are these bolts. They more or less operate the same as pushing things in front of doors. I think I'm done here, but there might be something cool.
It won't budge.
I can't remember that I can look at. Somewhere. Yeah. Ugh.
Holy shit!
From the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
Noosed broad. No reason to go in here except for to be scared a little bit. Alright. So we encountered a bolted door a little while back. And it's the same one.
Jack?
Do I know you?
Lucas Mackey. Sorry to startle. Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackie? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted
He's
me in
lying.
this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay. Maybe I'll catch you later.
If I were in this situation,
That's
anyone
the
I
first
acted,
friendly face
yeah,
I've seen in this damn town. But I've been in this business long enough to know he's hiding something.
anyone who didn't want to murder me, I would immediately cling to and never leave. And the cop's gone. So this is the first of these little scenes you get from something is watching the town. You never really see what that thing is. Which I really like. Here, I'll just listen in. They didn't want to talk to me.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
I can't be seen talking to you.
Everyone's going somewhere. They go into church. This is their church. What is it? Esoteric Order of Dagon. Movie recommendation for everyone. Dagon. It's kind of an adaptation of Call of Cthulhu, or The Shadow of Innsmouth.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You're in the wrong place. Asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Alien robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm looking for a Brian Burnham. He works locally, in the First National grocery store.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost.
If you've never played this, this will make the sketch at the beginning of episode 3 make sense. How these guys act. Now, I get this impression, super creepy idea. These people almost don't even think they need to know their names anymore. You know, it's like it is useless to them at this point.
It won't budge.
Now, do we go to the poorhouse?
The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of... These posters are everywhere. I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham.
So they're not staying at the inn just yet. I was hoping the inn escape would be next. Because this is going to be a long video. I didn't want to make it a series of videos. Let's see if that's the case. If I end up escaping the if the inn escape happens next, which I kind of think it does, I will be continue this and have it just be one very long YouTube. Looking maybe for that lady. There she is. She's walking away. Maybe now she will talk to me. Boy, do I wish I could run.
Hello again.
Mr. Walters.
Look, miss, I only want a conversation. There's no harm in that, right?
There's plenty of harm. It's not wise to be seen gossiping with outsiders.
How about playing dumb for a few minutes?
No.
What thou must. So there's some corner of this town I'm missing.
To talk to me.
Where I think.
But this lady knows something.
I think I remember, if not where I need to go, what happens there. Here we are. So kind of a bad, part of the game where you're not doesn't explain anything to you. You just have to keep exploring.
With a good wind piping early in the tall and scalding smiles. My boys,
look at that urine spray. He's equipped with spread shot.
Who love a life in the tempest strife and the home of the mountain wave. When the driving rain of the hurricane puts the lights of the lighthouse out. And the growling thunder sounds his gong. And who's that there? Oh, can you spare a few pennies, young mister? I can give you something for your generosity.
Who are you?
Zadok, that be my name. Though too few years it now. Zadok Khaled.
Do you know a Brian Burnham?
Just a young'un. Worked over the store. He's gone. Killed, I reckon.
Killed? What makes you think that?
Them's from out of town running a store. Taking business from the Order of Dagon. They'd not accept that.
What else can you tell me about this port?
You just bring old Zadok a bottle of something nice, and old Zadok will fill your ears.
So I've got a bottle of rum that I got from the store. I've also got, I'm equipped with tons of morphine over here that I could give him. This is more or less quoted from the Shadow of Innsmouth book. The protagonist of that, which is different, he's not a detective or anything like that. He's somebody exploring their architecture because he's a New England file, like every Lovecraft protagonist. Runs into Zadok Allen, the old drunk, who explains the history of Innsmouth to him. So this is going to give you a lot of the background on what's going on with this town. This accent is unplaceable.
You're uncommonly kind, young feller. Here'll be a little something in gratitude that might help you in your search.
Okay, he gave me the key to the poorhouse, actually,
now
I think.
Calling me crazy. Like them that's there rumoring in Ankrum and Ipswich. But old Zadok's seen all manner of wicked things since before you was born. Old Captain Obed where it all began. Telling desperate folks they'd order get better gods. Them's that would answer their prayers.
I've said it before.
Didn't the
I love
Christian
that
folk of
theme.
Innsmouth object to such blasphemy?
Aye, they did. It were around 46 that many folks in town were done with Obed and his ways. And all that wild preaching and too many missing, you see. A party of good folk followed Captain Obed's crowd out to the reef. Shots were fired. Next day, Obed and 30 of his followers were in jail. And for weeks all were quiet, till that artful night of 46. Them's out outside reckoned out it being a riot. But I'd seen them. Swarms of them.
Look, old man, I don't have time to listen to these fishing tales.
Oh, was a massacre. The jail thrown open. Mounds of the dead and the dying. Shooting and screaming and shouting all across the town square. Come morning, the mess was cleaned up. Old Obed and his family takes charge, they did. Folks were told to keep shy as strangers if we were knowing what was good for us.
So they don't explicitly say it, but deep ones, which are fish frog creatures, actually broke them out of jail.
The old captain was now deeper in debt to his heathen gods.
Obed prayed for that in jail.
For more than just sacrificing. Obed told folks they had to take the oaths of Dagon.
What the hell are these oaths?
You just asked old Wes about oaths of Dagon. Aye, he take the third oath. Just head over to his hole in the Dark Street. Then you'll see, for definite.
He's given me a key to the town poorhouse. It could come in handy.
So this is going to mark the end of the first part of this. I think in the next part I'm going to go through the poorhouse and through the segment after that, and then do the in escape after that. So 3 parts makes sense. This is probably the longest of them. Yeah, the Oath of Dagon. If you don't know what those are, you will know. So yeah, thank you for watching. Let's watch out for fireballs. Let's play Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the
Mr.
Earth.
Walters,
Oh.
I must speak with you.
It's Jack. And just hold on there a minute, sweetheart. Are you gonna even tell me your name?
We'll finish this
My
little
name's
encounter
Rebecca
out.
Lawrence, and unless you want to join Innsmouth's long list of missing, I'd urge you to follow me.
Missing, huh? Like Burnham?
Of that, I'm not sure. You'd be better off asking the Billingham's daughter, Ruth. She was dating Brian.
What?
Where do you go on a
Ruth.
date if you live in Innsmouth?
Quickly, we don't have much time. You've got to follow me.
You guys want to go down to the beach and watch mountains of fish head rot?
Jack, Innsmouth is a strange place. There are things that
You got a
have no
fucking
business being here.
a stained,
Foul,
flea-ridden
wicked
hotel
things.
hotel bed.
Strange. Trust me, I'm good with strange.
That remains to be seen, but I can help you. My father discovered this strange sign while studying an old manuscript. It seems to ward off the more unusual elements in Innsmouth. Whenever you find one, you can use it to find a moment of sanctuary. Now, I must leave before we're seen together.
I've seen that eye-like symbol somewhere before, but never surrounded by a star.
So we'll start the next episode, which I will record tomorrow, talking about this symbol. So thank you for watching, and check out the next video if you are you're interested in seeing this game through its climax, I believe, and continue to support Watch Out for Fireballs.